Hello, welcome to Digi-Bro's podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today we're gonna do a comic book haul and slash manga haul that I picked up on Saturday when I went Christmas shopping. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do this today because my dog um, today she was sick and peed and pooed on the carpet, which I recently, like this year, I finally house trained my dog, and this is the second time this happened. Um, and the funny thing, as soon as I took her outside for her noon walk, and then like she pooed like almost right away, liquid. So I was like, oh shit, I was worried. I was worried she had like diarrhea and like something she ate poison her. I've um, I've been hit with her like for hours till like 6 o'clock, and then she hasn't pooed since, but she's been peeing a lot, which is very weird. Like usually she poos by now, like usually she poos like 3 times a day, so that's like weird. I gotta keep an eye on her, so I'm gonna do this really fast and I'll upload it sometime tonight. Um, yeah, funny thing happened at the fucking mall. The bookstore, which they have this massive bookstore that replaced my old bookstore, where it's basically if you weren't looking for like new books or classic books, you pretty much just went to that old bookstore just to order whatever you wanted, as long as it was in print. Which that's where I got a lot of my manga from, and a lot of weird, like old books. Now I can't fucking order new books anymore. I have to try to do this shit online now, which sucks. And trying to order books through chapters is one, you have to pay for it first, which at my old bookstore I didn't have to pay until it showed up. And at my old bookstore it would take like minimum was like 2 weeks. Sometimes it would take longer, especially for like comic books, not with manga, but graphic novels would take a long time. Like it took like a year, almost like 2 years, for this like fucking the first volume of like what was it called? Rick Remender's what was that space book by Image Comics? Fuck, I can't remember now. Fear Agent, sorry, yeah. Fear Agent. So that took like 2 years to show up. But aside from that, they're usually like fucking like, 2 weeks, right? One time I even have to wait a week. Where I order shit from chapters and it's 2 months. And I'll be lucky if I get like an email. Like these fuckers, dude. They want you to pay first for shit you order, which is fine, but then it's like it takes like 2 months, and then you don't get a phone call or anything to remind you. They'll send you an email, which is fucking garbage. Fuck chapters, but like that's where I go to buy manga nowadays. I have no alternative really, except for scanlation sites, but that. Which I'm reviewing shit now, so I can't really just go on scanlation sites. And there's also gonna be a channel update at the end of this. So like the first thing I picked up was Blatt by Ito Roshi Shinono. I have the first 2 volumes, which I bought the first 2 volumes without reading the book, without knowing anything about it. It just thought it had a cool cover and cool name. Blatt means evil blade in German. Which I didn't read. I read the first volume. Turns out, the first volume is not the first volume. Which I read and was like super lost. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Turns out there was a volume 0, and I was gonna review volume 1 and like bash it for like Fantasy Month. But what happens? I go to the mall and at chapters, and what do they have? Volume 0. They don't have volume 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen, the brand new manga. They had volume 3, but they didn't have volume 1. But they have this shit when this is an old book. I'm taking wrapping off now. It costs like 26 bucks, and it's a pretty thick volume. It's about like this elf who's like the reincarnation of some human knight who was betrayed by the king or whatever, and he gets reincarnated as this elf kid, and he attains this evil sword that's like, you know, that like it's like multiple limbs come out of him, and they have like different blades. I fucking forget. It's been years since I read it, but it's like, yeah, I'm gonna review the first volume for Fantasy Month. After that, I picked up Doro Volume 2. How they only have Volume 2 out now when this is like an old series that's getting republished, and like you have like there's only like 5 volumes, but yeah, they only have Volume 2 out, which is fucking bullshit. But you know, Doro is a. I think I gave it like a 7.5 or 8 when I reviewed it for Halloween month. So I'll review this when I get the chance. Yeah, it's probably going to be really good. You know, the first one was really good. Next one is not a manga, but it's a Korean graphic novel called The Kingdom of the Gods. Story by original concept by In Won Yoon, story by Eun Hee Kim, and art by Kyung Il Yang. Which the book is about. Years of war and famine have plunged Joseon into chaos. The young prince Yi Moon, having lost all his bodyguards to assassination attempt, has no choice but to turn to the mountain bandit Jae Ha for help. But as the unlucky pair race to find safety in the world gone mad, it becomes horrifying clear that humans aren't the only thing they must fear. And it comes with a bonus story about a Japanese criminal being chased by notorious Japanese criminal. Yeah, Japanese criminal faces off against another famous Korean criminal on an island, and this was like 20 bucks Canadian. I don't know, it's pretty thick, and it's, you know, it's published by Viz. You know, and the art looks really cool. I love how it says this was printed in the original Japanese format, even though this is a Korean book. But yeah, and I picked up the third volume of No Guns Life, which is like a cyberpunk noir book about this cyborg named Juso who has a revolver for a head. He was part of this gun slave unit in the military, but after leaving the military, he became like a private detective or whatever. I don't know. The main character looked really cool, and I like cyberpunk, but I didn't really like the story. Like, it's, instead of being episodic, which honestly probably would have been better, it's about him and this like kid or whatever. He has to protect this kid, and it's like, that fucking sucks. Back in the day, I would have read this like on the same day I picked it up, but because I have a dog and I have this YouTube channel, I haven't gotten a chance to read these. So the only comic books I picked up are 2 graphic novels. One, an Image comic book graphic novel, Blood Strike Brutalis by Michelle Fifth. This has like really cool art, kinda, and there's a character that looks like a ripoff of Wolverine here. I don't know. This looks like it could be cool. I don't fucking know. I thought I'd give it a chance. Apparently, is this a chick? It doesn't say if it's a chick or a dude. Michelle Fifth. I'm gonna assume it's a chick, but the art looks cool. I don't know. It looks like it could be good. If not, I'll bash it for Image Comics Month, which I don't even know how much I paid for this. It said $10 US, but it doesn't say how much for in Canada. So I paid $13.50. That's not bad. That's not that bad. Yeah, I'm doing Image Comics Month for January. So that's the update. January, I'm doing Image Comics Month, and December, I'm doing Christmas Month, where I'm going to be reviewing Christmas movies, Christmas comics, maybe like Christmas specials here and there, or just like graphic novels I think would be good to read for Christmas and shit like that. That was the update. And also, I have the list of what we're going to review for the remaining days of Fantasy Month. So the last thing I picked up is a DC Christmas graphic novel, which I'm going to review for Christmas Month, called DC Holiday Nightmares. As like says here at the tagline, Cataclysm Holiday Carols, which this is a modern DC book, at least I think it is, because that's Tom King in it. Tom King, who I looked at his Wikipedia, which I hear this guy sucks, by the way. Tom King apparently is a glow-in-the-dark CIA guy who became a comic book writer. That's not suspicious at all. But yeah, there's a Tom King story in here. There's like, what is there? There's like, this comes with 7 stories. I paid $23 for it, so that's not bad. You have Batman fights Ra's al Ghul on Christmas morning. Catwoman enters the underbelly of the Gotham City wasteland. Superman is haunted by memories of Dead Planet. How is that Christmas theme? At least in the Catwoman one, it looks like it's snowing. Swamp Thing is trapped by a harrowing blizzard. That's also the same as the Aquaman story. Harley Quinn fights with her wacky family for a not-so-silent night. And I already said what the Aquaman was about. And Flash is tormented by visions of holidays past. So, yeah, there was also a Batman Halloween book, but I thought, well, no point now. I'm not even talking about Long Halloween. There's like another one. So I don't know. This might be cool to review for Christmas, which I did on my old channel. I did a Christmas comic review where I reviewed Marvel Holidays. So for Christmas stuff, I'm gonna review that and this, which I wanted like a DC Christmas, graphic novel, because I had a Marvel one called Marvel's Holidays, like I just mentioned. So like I thought this would be cool. I paid $23 for it. It could, I don't know. But I don't like the whole thing where a movie will come out, so they change the character to make it look more like the movie version, and then they also like with Deadpool. After Deadpool became popular, they made him from like a villain to like an anti-hero to more of like a superhero. I guess people don't give a shit that Deadpool kills people, which that was dumb. And like I bet you any money they did that with like Harley Quinn, because like I saw a bunch of modern DC books where like Harley Quinn's on the cover of crossovers and she's standing next to like all the DC superheroes, even though Harley Quinn was basically just like a sidekick that that the Joker kept around to fuck, basically. So it's like she was his girlfriend. It's like I'm supposed to believe she's like a superhero now. Like they made even like an Adult Swim Adult Swim cartoon with her where she's like bisexual. She's like girlfriends with like Poison Ivy, which that oh my god, I was watching clips from that show and it's like so fucking dumb. It's like, oh my god. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this shit and reviewing it once Fantasy Month is done. Cause like in Christmas month, I'm not gonna do a review every day because I'm gonna be start looking for a new job